在这里已经住了3天了，就是车上的水够我们2个人用5天吧。我们车水箱还是挺大的，洗澡、做饭、洗碗都可以，厕所都够用。钱，看见没？自动付。我们的房车停在这儿，那个也 OK good。完了你看这边是房车营地啊，没几个人，你停一晚上30。它这就是没有水、没有电、没有下水，也行啊。到了国家公园有个地方停就不错了。前面那块呢是5块钱1天，不可以过夜的，是小车。房车就停在这儿，停。咱家又开出洋相了。我们准备今天往这山里走了。今天进山里边去看风景。吉普车还好能进得去，普通车就不要进了，里边路是很难走的，连我们这车都抢进去。但是里边的景确实非常美丽。看这山呐，这个美呀！哎呀，这个美！哎呀，这里呢都是红色的土，我们一边走一边停下来照相。这个像个，真像个大鸟，像个什么？像个鹰。我都纳闷他怎么找到这个地方的。他说他搁 YouTube 上那些老美介绍的。告诉开吉普车往这里走，这不是正经八本路，全是土路啊！你看看，就这路，我宁可不坐车，下来给你录像吧，把我颠的呢，都颠得出腰托来。你看这路像薯片儿。一直准备想换这个车轱辘架高，把这轱辘换了，跑了3万3了，这回差不多了，这他就使劲磨吧。哼。
And there she goes. Up and away. She made it.
Want me to jump?
Oh my God. I wouldn't jump from there. Could wind up 3 inches shorter.
Where?
See that?
Yeah.
Over there, like that big hole, and you can go underneath it.
Oh.
So
Maybe talk about there.
Maybe this is it.
地上画的有绿色杠杠，按着那绿色杠杠进来。可是，一般人是进不来的这个地方啊，老难走了。步行还得走个10多分钟，下车以后。迈克要上那顶上让我给他照相呢。你看这底下，就这么一个图，哈哈哈！不想，就咱俩看见没人，那边还有一个，吓人呐！哦，看着迷糊。迈克站的地方，就这，太吓人了，也是空的。哎呦，咔的塞！我这个谁 ？No， I could cross it there. 阿里山的姑娘美如水。 太震撼了，2个拱门。这试探的，这腿都嘚瑟，试探的往下走。站腿都嘚瑟。看刚才他站在那对面，看这底下多深。刚才我站在那顶上。
That rock gave way.
嗯 ，You scared？ 这种车进来，或者开吉普车，要不然进来看不着这个景点。可以 do it. We're good. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just holding this up real quick.
Look at your car.
There you go. Check this out. Check this out. Yeah.
Let's go.
Goes all the way through here.
What's that?
I don't know, but I see animal tracks.
Oh my god. 呀，这地方凉飕飕的，啊，可以搁这过夜行啊。
Look, it looks like nature stairs.
Like a home, huh?
Yeah, like a home. It was down pouring rain or something. This is where you go until it fills up.
Hmm? Looking nice.
Like if it was raining really hard or something, at least you could hide in here.
吃完饭了，我们准备坐船，像大食堂饭似的，就在这里吃。Let's go bowl.
Just had dinner. Now we're going out on the Riviera.
Yeah， 不知道上哪个船。Which one?
We don't need those.
Oh, everybody coming down.
Oh, okay. We better get down.
说这个船是一个人80块钱，再管一顿饭。饭呢就是自助餐，很简单。但是这个船观光介绍这个人讲得很好，很有特点，觉得这个钱花得值。这个船去的时候是白天，晚上7点，专门有人讲解关于峡谷。回来的时候是晚上，就是在峡谷之间的那个墙上做壁画一样，而且用那个录音吧讲解，像拍电影一样，非常壮观。
This Texan helped do the light show in Paladora State Park in Texas, which is the history of Texas. And after he did that show, he came here on vacation. And when he arrived here, he said, Mother Nature's put everything in these rock walls. The only thing I have to do is find out what's there and do a program. So for several years, he rode up and down the river, shining lights on the canyon walls. Wrote down what he thought he could see in the rocks or in the shadows, and then did the program you're going to hear this evening. So we hope you enjoy a Texan view of the history and legends of our area. And I think you will. It's listed on many travel magazines as a must-to-do, so hopefully you'll agree with the expert. I want to introduce Captain Ron tonight. He's your captain tonight. Everybody say hi to Captain Ron. We do want you to feel real safe. We want you to know it's your first time. I'd rather talk about things that you are interested in rather than what I think you should be interested in. So please ask those questions. We'll talk about what you would like to know. I do have a couple of things, but it's so hard to point out tonight. If you look on your right-hand side, well, I had a question in the dining hall, and the question was, what is with the tram over here?
Yeah.
We call this the tram to nowhere. That tram was built 25 years ago at the cost of $3.5 million. Halfway right there. Follow my light, halfway.
Okay.
You see a light colored spot right there. You see a face right there.
Whoa, what's that mean?
Mouth right there. Nose,
What's
little
that?
slit for an eye, and curly hair right here.
Oh, like a face.
That was a recent rock fall. Well, we call that Charlie Brown.
It does.
Well, that rock fell out of there 28 years ago, creating the face. When that bridge was first built, it was built at that height right there, and that was 1912. And in 1913, the water was up this high, and they couldn't use the bridge because it was over top of it. So at the end of the water year, they added this section, raised the whole bridge up, and rededicated that in 1914. Notice it was a single lane highway built during our mining days. Moab is the uranium capital of the world. I think all of you knew that, right? More high-grade uranium in Moab than any place to do now, as I'd like to talk about things that you are interested in. So any questions now that any of you have that you would love to ask?
Excuse me.
Over here. Thank you. Yes.
Hello.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, no.
No. No. Yes. Go back and talk. Go back and talk. Go back and talk.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Let's see, where was the other question up here? The minerals. Let's talk about the minerals because he asked about that first and we'll come back. The red in your rock walls, you know what that is. There is iron in the rock wall. And so when water runs over the surface, the iron, because of that, it oxidates and it becomes black. So that is black because it's oxidating. That is manganese rust. And that is the biggest component, that and iron. However, there's a book about that thick with everything that's in there. But most of the desert formation is picking up 1,000 feet right here. And all that in just a little bit right here, 1,000 feet up in arches. And with that, Ron's going to turn the boat and we're going to have 2 alcoves. Notice these alcoves up here. Pretend right above that black. That black is moss. And there's water that collects in that pothole when it rains, and then it drips down through the sandstone and softens it, and that's why you have moss growing here, is because it's wet all the time. And what happens, it comes down like this and hits the clay layer, which is right here. And the water cannot penetrate that clay layer, so it comes out the side, and it starts with little holes. Then it gets bigger, and bigger, and bigger, and bigger, and eventually we get up to this side. And if we're real lucky, we get a crack in it like this. We have a crack that comes all the way across right there. And I believe because this crack is right there and there's water on it.
So we will probe a little of the history, the beauty, and the legends of these canyon lands. A Ute Indian legend tells of the origin of this color. God enjoined to the chief that he would never travel this trail during life, and all his people were warned not to walk therein. Yet still he feared that they would attempt it, so he rolled a river into the gorge, Grand River. Through an act of Congress in 1921, the name was changed to the Colorado.